When bad things happen, we are led to believe that in the moment it is a bad thing, and then we get consumed in the badness. We get consumed in the, oh, it's so bad. But thinking about bad, what is that? Is that, once again, let me bring up a human concept? Because what is bad? It's so ridiculous that we're led to believe things are either good or bad. Good is what, a feeling? Is it subjective? Is good and bad subjective to the perceiver? Because when bad, in my perspective, might be good to the other person that thinks a fundamentally different way than I do. So therefore, good and bad are a subjective way of thinking about reality. So when we come to the conclusion that there is no good and bad, but there is a balance between the two, like yin and yang, there is good in the bad and bad in the good. So therefore, there is no separation between the two. Of course, to you, to me, there are bad things happening. For example, like children starving and dying. Of course, that's terrible. It's bad. It's bad to you and me. But in a nature, like a natural perspective, like looking into the eyes of nature or looking into the eyes of the sun, it doesn't give a shit. It doesn't give a fuck about dying children or, anything terrible in this world. So in the end, what is good and bad is just a subjective version of reality. So let's not get so ingrained and like so overwhelmed in the concepts of good and bad, because in the end, when something bad happens, and in your perspective, you can come to the conclusion, you can come to a realization, excuse a better word, come to a realization that there is there is something good in this, and you can change your overall perspective of the bad, and then look at it from a good point of view. I know it's really hard sometimes, like when a loved one dies, or you get, like you get something like terrible happen to you, like you get a ticket, or you get into a car accident, for example, a motorcycle accident. That's that happened to me personally. We can see these things happening to us as bad, but in the end of it, we can change these bad situations into good through the way we look at it. It's just how you perceive things. And I guess that's what I'm coming to. It's how you perceive good and bad. I know it might be hard sometimes, and I feel like life is gonna, show me this again, which it always does. But let's try to understand good and bad are a subjective thing.